Hey guys, time for another episode of What's on My Machines. So today we are doing the Mystery Machine zip bag, and I'm doing a couple of sizes all at once, so you'll get the right steps, but it may not be the exact same bag every single time. It just depends on what comes off the machine. So to start, you're gonna hoop up, some medium weight cutaway. Now, this bag's a little bit different. It's got a couple of applique pieces on it. So for our bag base, front and back, I have got this funky wild tie-dye. Then the Mystery Machine van itself is going to be an applique piece. And then inside the Mystery Van is going to be a couple of more applique pieces. And I hope that the difference between that aqua blue and this aqua green show up enough. There's also going to be an applique window. You'll need 2 D-rings or lobster claws. You will need some ollie fun. You will need your 5/8" ribby ribbon for attaching your lobster claws. And I am trying something new. Look at me. You can teach an old dog new tricks. I have ordered this. Wow, lots of it. It's zipper by the yard, and what intrigued me was the tie-dye-ishness of it. So we will try this. I don't know how it's gonna go, but you get to see it here first. Fun. So the first thing we do is we throw our hoop on the machine and we run color stop 1. And when you have run color stop 1, you will get die lines, either for side attachment or top attachments. We are going to do top attachments. So you need to cut yourself 2 3-inch pieces of ribby ribbon. So, ta-da, ta-da, 1, 2, 3 inches of ribby ribbon. 1, 2, 3 inches of ribby ribbon. Yay. And we're gonna flip our little hoopy hoop around so that I am working close to me rather than far away. Near. Far. And we are going to take and we are going to tape, our ribby ribbon down. And we want to leave about 1/4 inch past our die line. Then, because we're nobody's fool, we are going to lay our ribby ribbon, or lay our lobster claw down, and we are going to tape it in place so that metal bits are not flopping around in our machine. We are going to repeat that same procedure on the other side. We are going to go about 1/4 inch past our die line. And this one, I'm gonna have top attachments. And I think for the 5x7, I will probably have a wrist attachment. So you'll get to see all of that. Now we throw it back in the machine and we run color stop 2. So back in a moment. Okay, kids, I don't know if you can see that, but I've got my ribby ribbons tacked down. And now you're gonna put it back in the machine and you will run color stop 1, 2, 3. And color stop 3 will give you the die line for the whole bag, plus where to place the zipper. Now remember I said I was gonna try something different. I was gonna try this ribbon or zipper by the yard. I have come into 2 situations. First of all, getting that zipper head onto the zipper was way more fun than it should have been. And if you can't sense the sarcasm, trust me, it's there. The other hiccup in our giddy up is this tape is 1 1/4 inches wide, and this bag is designed for a 1-inch ribbon. So getting Yaba and Huba lined up exactly right is going to be less fun than usual. Also, I'm looking at those teeth, and those teeth look a little bit bigger than what I'm used to. So I am going to, luckily they are plastic teeth, But I'm gonna go stand over there with my finger on the stop button in case, just in case, those teeth are wide enough to catch my needle. So once you've got your zipper lined up, and hopefully it went easier for you because I had to draw lines and take measurements and do all kinds of weird, wacky stuff. But hopefully you're using a 1-inch ribbon rather than a 1 1/4 inch ribbon. And it's all lined up and ready to go for you. Go put it on the machine and run color stop 4. Back in a minute. Okay, that was not nearly as dicey as I thought it was going to be. There is plenty of room, so I'm happy about that. I am going to tape that zipper head down a little bit more securely. I can take up this piece of tape. This piece of tape, probably this one too. Why not? All right, so I will have exact measurements for your vinyl in the how-to PDF. But this top piece for the 6x10, 7x11, and 8x12 bags is going to be roughly 1 inch wide by 8, 9, 10 inches, whichever, you know, bag you're doing. And you're gonna buck it right against those teeth. This one's gonna be 6, 7, 8 inches, depending on, you know, yeah. And I'm gonna try and match that up so that it's all psychedelic and funky. Just gonna put a little piece of tape there to hold it in place while that tack line runs. You wanna make sure it's bucked right up against those teeth. All right, ditto a little piece of tape right there. Let's go run the color stop, blah, blah, blah. Color stop 5 and see what happens. Hey, okay, so that worked, yay. So we're gonna put it back in the machine and we are going to run color stop 6, which is gonna give us a placement line, a die line for the next applique piece, which is gonna be the van. And I'm not doing the full stitch on the van because that would be a lot of stitches. So we'll be back in a second. Okay, so can you see? There we go. Now here's where things are gonna get a little tricky. Don't panic, I'm here. We're gonna work this out together. However, because this van is gonna have a couple of different applique pieces and they're gonna be in vinyl, I don't want like 3 layers of vinyl. So what we're gonna do, and also it conserves my pretty funky tie-dyed vinyl, we are going to cut some of this vinyl out from inside the, I got cords and hangers and everything, from inside the die line for the van applique, so that when the van applique goes down, it's not stitching vinyl on top of vinyl on top of vinyl. Plus, this gives me, woohoo, a little bit of this funky tie-dyed vinyl to use for a fob or an ID badge or something really cool. So in a way, this is me being really cheap and conservative with my vinyl, but it's also saving my machine from trying to struggle bus through, right now, 2 layers of vinyl, but later 3 layers of vinyl plus stitching and yeah. So what we do, the way we do, is we're gonna cut on the inside of our van. Come here. There we go. I really hope you guys cannot hear my tummy growling. It's lunchtime. There we go. So there we go in that. Then we're gonna lay our van vinyl, and you don't need a piece this big. I will give you measurements in the how-to PDF, but we are going to hold it in place while it does the zigzag tack down. And then we will come back and we will trim that out and we'll move on to the next step. Okay, we ready? All right, cool. Okay, I don't know if you can see because I used the same aqua blue thread, but I've got my vinyl tacked down. And now I'm going to pull up my tapey tapes. And I am going to applique trim very carefully around the outside of the van this time. There we go. There's my tapey tapes. Yeah. And we're going to come up. And hopefully I won't get my head in this. Now remember, on applique trims, you want to get as close to that zigzag as possible without snipping your stitches. If you leave a little bit of vinyl hanging out, that's okay. Why? Because the zigzag's 1.5 millimeter and the satin is 3.5 millimeters, so you got some room to play. Also, it's okay if you snip one or two of your stitches, because remember, it's a zigzag, so you should have plenty of hold them down in case it doesn't hold it down because you snipped a stitch. Applique is nothing to be afraid of. As a matter of fact, it can be really fun on straight lines. Just like the silly squids, the motorcycle drivers who go really slow in the turns and then really fast in the straightaways. That used to annoy me when I rode. And before you ask, no, I don't ride anymore. It's been, let's see, 2003, 17 years. And there's a story, obviously. There's always a story. All right, so there we go. We're gonna put it back in the machine. Woo, sparkly. We're gonna put it back in the machine and we're gonna run color stop. I believe it's 8. I may be wrong, to give us another die line for another applique piece. Back in a minute. Okay, can you see? No, you cannot see. You see my applique line? There it is. And we are just going to bling up this mystery van all the way. We are using all kinds of obnoxious vinyl. Why? Because Scooby-Doo was late 60s, early 70s. And it was tacky, and we are going to mirror that. Back in a second. Ooh, is the Hideous going to be strong on this one? I'm excited. I like Hideous. All right, so we pull up our tape tapes. We've got to applique trim that, and you're looking at some of those innies and those outies and going, you got this, girlfriend. It is all good. It is fine. You go slow, you go careful, same principles apply. Okay. We may have to do a little bit more scissor, scissor, scissor action than we usually do because there's only really 2 good run places on this. This one. There we go. You got this. You can do this. It's fine. Look. If you always do easy, you never get better. Occasionally, you gotta do hard. And look, now we get to do a straight run. Come back over here. And there. I'm going to go up and do this one. And do that one. And there we go. Now we're going to put it back in the machine and we're going to do our next applique piece. Back in a second. All right, so there we go. And again, I used green so you can't see it and I'm sorry. But we're going to put an applique over that. And that's not long enough, so I need to cut another piece. Sorry, I went and had lunch while that was working. And I'm still yum, 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 yum. Where is... This is probably way too much, but we don't care, do we? Nah. All right, so we're gonna put Yaba over Huba. And we're gonna throw a little tape here, a little tape there, do a little dance, get down tonight. And then we're gonna go zigzag that baby down. Back in a minute. And we're back, and you're taking a look at that going, God, Ricky, I hate you. That's okay. I have discovered something I hate today, too. I hate zipper tape. Do you realize that I just spent the entire time that this was zigzagging, trying to get the next zipper tape started, and it's still not working. Arg! All right. Seriously, guys, there's no reason to hate on this. You can do it. It looks complicated, but it's the same thing we've been doing. Okay? Chill. It's good. You can do it. Go slow. I'm here for you. And before you go, yeah, but you make it look so easy. I've been doing this a long time. My first couple of attempts at applique looked like a 3-year-old with a dull rock tried to applique trim it. If I can do it, you can do it. It's all good. And you're like, but why are you making it so difficult? You gotta have challenges in life. If everything were easy, then it'd be boring. Isn't this exciting? And then when you do it successfully, there's that whole feeling of, woohoo! Yeah, baby, I'm good. Okay, so maybe that one's a little bit Gucci. Doesn't mean you can't do it. You're just going to have to work at it. I am willing to bet my satin is going to cover that up. I think we're going to be fine. We'll see. And if you can't get a good angle, you can change the position of the hoop. You can change the position of your scissors. You can change the position of your head. This is all flexible. It can all be overcome. You got this. And if it doesn't come out perfect this time, you've had practice. You had an opportunity to increase or better your skill set. And eventually, one of these days, you're gonna do something that just makes me look like I'm playing in the mud with a stick. And we're all just gonna look at it and go, oh! But the only way you get better is trying. All right, now we're gonna put it in the machine and we're gonna run color stop. I have no idea. And I think it's going to be a green fill. And then we're gonna do the die line for the windows. Back in a minute. Okay, so I went ahead and ran 12 and 13. 12 did the fill stitch on the wheel, the hubcaps. 13 is going to be, and whoa, this is way huge, but there you go, is the applique for the window. So we are going to go ahead and put that in, tape it a little bit, and then go run the zigzag and applique that out. Back in a second. Okay, kiddos, we got our window applique down. And I don't want to hear any whining about, oh my God, another piece of applique. Look how easy that one is compared to the two you just did. Seriously, guys, that's going to be a walk in the park, okay? So let's walk through the park. Doo-doo-doo. See how easy peasy and no problem this is? Really. After the last two pieces, wow. All right, so now we've got all that down. And it looks like we are going to just go ahead and do all fill and detail stitch from here on out until color stop blurg 22. So just run every color until color stop 22, and we will be back at 22, okay? Peace out, dudes. Hey guys, I'm not real sure where I left off. So we have done all of the applique work. The design is finished. It's now time to think about doing the finishing steps for the bags. And if you remember, my bags are a little bit different. I don't do a full lining. I do a partial lining with Ollie Fun. So we're gonna flip our hoop over. There we go. We are gonna flip our hoop over. We're gonna take a piece of Ollie that apparently is way too big. Hold on a second. Arg. Still way too big. You only need a piece of Ollie that's gonna cover from there to there. But rather than waste your time, my time, everyone's time, let's just waste some Ollie. We're gonna tape it to the back, throw it in the machine, and run color stop ARG. Yes, new numbering system, color stop ARG. Color stop 16. Back in a second. Okay, take two. So, we've got our Ollie, woohoo! Look how nice that did. We're gonna trim that off. Left, right, and top. We don't have to worry about trimming the bottom because we'll catch that. Ooh, I am not in frame. We'll catch that when we trim out the whole bag. All right, now, zipper trick, yay. First and foremost, we flip the bad boy over. Second, by the way, guys, zipper tape, ooh, never doing that again. Yeah, it's funky and cool and looking. You get all kinds of different, yeah. You know what, guys? I just realized I did not tack that all the way down. All right, well, hold on a second. Let me go fix that. I tell you what, this bag is nothing but an example of a bag that doesn't want to get done. So what I did is I had to seam rip that out since I did not lay it nice and tight and bucked up against the teeth like I tell you to do all the time. Obviously, I didn't. And then flipped it over. You can see where, yeah. So I seam ripped it out, flipped it over, and went back to that color stop and re-sewed it. So what we are going to do now is we are going to open that zipper. Okay, and we're going to open it to about 2 fingers from the end. And we're going to tape the metal floppy bits out of the way. And because your machine is not in love with transitions from zipper to zipper, or vinyl to zipper, whatever, we're going to tape there. And then we're going to come down here. And since this has gotten all messed up in all kinds of different ways, blurg, we're going to have to work with it. All right, come here, you pain in my butt. There we go. And there. Now we're going to run color stop 17, and it's going to tack those down. And then we're going to come back and trim out our zipper. Back in a second. Okay, so we've got those tacked down. We are going to peel up this tape, not take this tape off, but peel it up to that line. We're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut the ribbon from the tape all the way to that line on both sides. Oops, am I not in frame? There I am. Okay, and then we're going to cut the zipper teeth out about 1/4 of an inch away from where our tack line is going to be, just like so. Then we are gonna lift this up. We're gonna put a little seam rip right there. We're gonna tucky, tucky, tucky. Pull those through. We'll flip it over in a minute and do the surgery for both sides all at once. Gonna rotate, do the exact same thing. We're gonna peel the tape up to the tack line, but we're not gonna take the tape off. We are gonna cut all the way to the tack line, but we're only gonna cut to about 1/4 of an inch. There we go. We're gonna put a seam rip in. Come here, there you go. Tuck the ends in. Boy, those are some tiny little ends. We're gonna put our tape back down, flip the whole thing over. We're gonna cross our tails. Boy, I barely left. See, I told you this bag just doesn't want to get done. It has been one of those days. So we are gonna have to do 2 pieces of tape. One there. Because they're not gonna cross all the way. These, however, these are well-behaved tails. They know where to go and what to do. We're gonna put it back in the machine. We're gonna run color stop. 16, 17, 18. And we will be back after 18. And there we go. Now we've got all kinds of things to do. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna flip this over and we are going to cut our tails down to the tack down line. The second thing we're gonna do, so that we don't forget later, is we're gonna put a rip between our zipper. The third thing we are gonna do is we're gonna take this tape up carefully. And then we are going to rotate and we are going to clip a tabby tab. And I'm leaving just a hair of vinyl right there, so that we don't have a hole. We're gonna pull this guy down and tape him into the bag. We're gonna come over here, we're gonna take this tape up, yes, and take this tape up, and take that tape up. We're gonna come over here and we are going to cut ourselves another little tabby tab, and I'm not going all the way down to the stitch line. I'm stopping about from it. Well, that's a little bit more than but you get the idea. There we go, and then we're gonna tape this into the bag so that when we stitch the back onto the front, we don't catch any metal pieces. Speaking of which, we are going to lay pretty side down. Pretty side down. And just to keep things from sliding around a little bit, I am going to, I usually don't, but this this funky tie-dyed mirror vinyl stuffy, it's all curly because it's been in the bin for a while, and because I was looking for the perfect use for it. So we are gonna put a little bit of tape, not a whole bunch. Now we're gonna put it back in the machine, and it's going to do a double bean all the way around to attach the back to the front, and then we'll come back and cut and turn. Voila, the end. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is gonna flip this guy over, and we are going to trim carefully. We do not want to snip our zipper. We're gonna trim away our stabilizer from right behind our zipper. Again, do not snip your zipper. That would be horrible. All right, there's that, there's that. That is, now we're gonna pop it out. There we go. And we're gonna get rid of this big hoop. Why did I use a huge hoop? for doing such a little thing. I don't know. We're going to use our roto cutter to trim this guy out. And I am going to save this piece of vinyl, ooh, and that piece of vinyl, because I can do things with those. We're going to set those aside. And come over here, we're going to trim. And we're trimming about 1/8. Ooh, I need to change the blade in my roto cutter. Ooh, yeah, we do. That's yeesh. You know what? You just get in here and some days it's just like everything goes wrong. That is one of those days. Arrgh. And we're going to trim right here too. There we go. I lied. There we go. Wow, that is really dull. Okay, now we're going to round out our corners. All right. So that they pokey outy correctly. Boy. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now we're going to reach our fingers in here and we are going to pull off tapes so that we can open the zipper. Come here, tape. Come on. Erg. There we go. There's 3 pieces of tape. Yeah. Let's open our zipper all the way. Okay. Stick a finger down there and turn. This is some stiffish vinyl. So I'm having to monkey. Oi. This vinyl does not like me. I mean, it's cool looking. There we go. But it does not want to turn. That's okay. I will survive. I shall prevail. I shall win. Come here. There we go. There we go. All right, now I'm going to turn. Yikes. That doesn't want to turn. Maybe I should have checked the floppiness of my vinyl to begin with. All right, there we go. And now we're gonna get something rounded and stiff, like the end of a chopstick, crochet hook, not the hook in the other end. And we're gonna go down in these corners and we're gonna work them out. Work, work, work. And then we're gonna come in this corner and we're gonna work it out. Come on, there we go. Boy, and then we're gonna come up here and do the same pressy, 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 pushy, pushy, pushy. Boy, this vinyl is going to take some serious training. Bad vinyl. Sit, heel, stay. Fetch. Fetch me a margarita. Ugh. All right, roll your seams. This vinyl is going to take a lot of training. I am going to have to smush it under all the books for like several days. Woo, that doesn't want to. That does not want to stay. There we go. All right. However, hee hee, ha ha, ho ho. Despite all of the troubles and pain, there we go. The Mystery Machine Applique Zip Bag. Peace.